Before the world sees the victory, something invisible happens. In the quiet hours, when no one is watching, a transformation begins to take root. These are the moments that never make headlines, but they are the foundation of every triumph. We celebrate the result, but the real story begins long before anyone is watching. The applause and the spotlight are only the surface. Beneath them lies a journey that started in silence and solitude. It starts not with a grand gesture, but with a silent decision to become someone new. Change is born in the smallest moments, when you choose to try again, to believe in yourself, to imagine a different future. Think of a great tree. Its strength comes from roots buried deep, unseen. The tallest branches are only possible because of what lies hidden below, quietly growing stronger every day. Our achievements are supported by an internal foundation, our identity. The beliefs we hold about ourselves shape every action, every choice, and every step forward. The person we believe we are determines what we do, long before we achieve what we want. If you see yourself as capable, you act with confidence. If you doubt, hesitation follows. The problem is rarely a lack of effort, but a misalignment between who we are and what we want to achieve. When our identity and our goals are out of sync, progress feels impossible, no matter how hard we try. The real work is not about doing more, it is about becoming more. Growth is an inside job, and it starts with the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. The first step is not to change what you do, but to change who you believe you are. When you nurture your unseen foundation, everything else begins to grow. I once knew a writer desperate to finish his novel. Every day he sat at his desk, wrestling with words and ideas, hoping for a breakthrough that never seemed to come. He tried everything, new routines, tools, even waking up at dawn, but the book remained unfinished. He bought fancy notebooks, set countless alarms, and rearranged his workspace, convinced that the right setup would finally unlock his creativity. He was trapped in a cycle: high motivation, disappointing action, deep frustration. Each attempt left him more anxious, and the pressure to succeed only grew heavier with every passing day. He focused on goals, tying happiness to a future outcome, punishing himself for not reaching it. The more he chased the finish line, the further it seemed to slip away, leaving him feeling empty and defeated. The pressure to succeed only highlighted the gap between where he was and where he wanted to be. He measured his worth by his progress, and every setback felt like a personal failure. This is the flaw in the "just do it" mentality. It assumes action is the starting point. We're told to push harder, to force ourselves into motion, as if willpower alone can transform us. But action is the effect, not the cause, of change. True transformation begins much deeper, with the beliefs and identity we hold about ourselves. The writer failed not from laziness, but from trying to force the actions of a writer without first becoming one. He was imitating the habits but not embodying the mindset. He needed to stop asking, "How can I write more?" and start asking a deeper question. The real shift happens when we look inward, not just outward. Who do I need to become? That's where the cycle truly breaks, when we focus on identity, not just output. The turning point came when the writer paused and asked himself a question that would change everything. Who do I need to become? It wasn't about what he wanted to achieve, but about the kind of person he needed to be in order to achieve it. He shifted his focus away from obsessing over the finished book and instead began to consider the identity of a true writer. Rather than chasing word counts or deadlines, he started to wonder, what does a writer actually do every single day? How do they think, act, and live? He built small, consistent habits, reading widely, noticing the world around him, and writing, even if it was just a single sentence. These daily actions, though simple, became the foundation of his new identity. Each morning at his desk became a quiet vote for his new self. The pressure to produce something perfect faded away. The goal was simply to show up and be a writer today, in this moment. His choices began to change naturally. He found himself writing more, carrying a notebook everywhere, and making his craft a priority in his daily life. These changes weren't forced by sheer willpower, but flowed effortlessly from his new sense of identity. He stopped fighting against himself and started acting in harmony with the person he believed he was becoming. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, page by page, the book began to write itself, each word a reflection of the writer he had chosen to become. True change happens from the inside out, starting with identity. Imagine two people quitting smoking. One says, "I'm trying to quit." The other, "I'm not a smoker." The second has shifted their identity, making change effortless. Your identity is the root system from which your actions grow. If you believe you're healthy, you make healthy choices naturally. Habits become an expression of identity. Most resolutions fail because they're built on an old identity. Every action is a vote for the person you wish to become. Small wins build evidence for your new identity. Once you believe it, actions flow naturally. The real goal isn't to run a marathon, it's to become a runner. High achievers focus on becoming the type of person who wins, not just on winning. A champion's identity shapes every decision: practice, nutrition, learning from setbacks. When they fail, they see it as a lesson, not a reflection of their worth. Their self-worth isn't tied to outcomes. Their identity is secure. They act in accordance with the belief that they're on a path to greatness. For them, choices are based on identity, not fleeting motivation. What would a healthy person do? Guides their actions. By aligning actions with identity, they become who they want to be. Build your identity first. Success follows. Our results are the echo. Our identity is the voice. To change the echo, we must first change the voice that creates it. Your life is an echo of your habits and beliefs. The real work is rebuilding who you are, one small belief and action at a time. Decide who you want to be, and prove it to yourself with small wins. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, products of your identity. When life gets hard, you default to your identity. Start small. One sentence, one push-up, one page. Each action is a vote for your new self. Build your identity first. The results will follow.